Hi, my name is Robin Armstead, and welcome to my electronic portfolio video. I have a bachelor's degree in applied linguistics from Georgia State University and an international certification to teach English as a second language. I also have 5 years of teaching experience with children from kindergarten to 8th grade in the homeschool setting. My teaching experience brought me to educational technology. I found that using technology resources were very helpful and want to find out more about what made a successful design and what didn't. I also want to explore how technology could be used to best facilitate instruction, much like I had used in my own teaching. My experience in the program opened me up to a whole new world of information. I am proud to present my reflection video and electronic portfolio. During this video, I will present my most meaningful projects and how they help me grow as an academic and a professional. The first project I would like to present in this video is my 503 instructional design project titled TWE Workshop. Although I had created lesson plans and modified curriculum as a part of my teaching experience, I had never had any formal training as an instructional designer. I fell in love, so to speak, with Addie, and I soon came to realize my favorite part of teaching was actually interacting with the learning materials. At the time of this project, I had taken an interest in traveling to different parts of Africa, in particular Ghana. I thought creating a language workshop for Twi, an African dialect of Ashanti spoken by millions of West Africans that I had no personal knowledge of, was the perfect way to challenge myself and to test the instructional design principles I had learned while connecting my prior educational experience. As my initial design project, it gave me exposure to instructional design as a discipline and the steps to creating and evaluating a project. It also gave me direction in what I think is important to me in educational technology, diversity, and access to education. I believe through providing products that address diverse learners and making them available through the internet, I can accomplish both these tasks. This project really cemented my desire to create online learning materials and classes as an instructional designer. The second project I would like to present is my 505 chapter summary. I chose chapter 10 of the textbook titled The ABCs of Evaluation. During this class, we were given assignments to do. However, the amount of time and effort we put forth was completely up to us, as long as we completed the minimum requirements. I decided to take a chance and experiment with this drop and drag animation software. Both the chapter summary and the next portion of my video were created using Go Animate.
This project was fun to create. The features of the software were free and extremely easy to use. It was nice to present information in a new way. The instructor asked if my project could be used as an example for future students, which I obliged. It was fun to make a less interesting subject a little more exciting.
I really took a risk and challenged myself with making the video. By the instructor leaving our presentation of information open, I felt much freer to experiment.
In order to properly use technology and teach others, you cannot be afraid of it yourself.
It is important to give students options or autonomy over their work. This allows them to be more creative, challenge themselves, and you never know what great things will happen.
I am extremely proud to present this third project from the class Teaching and Learning in Virtual Worlds. I had expressed to the instructor my desire to create designs for virtual worlds and game-based learning environments. He gave me several options to choose from that weren't already covered in the class. I chose the Cloud Party platform by Facebook because Facebook is a relatively new educational tool. Using a virtual world on Facebook is attractive if they've already used it in their classroom, and it may be less intimidating. I created a quest sequence for instructors to learn how to use Cloud Party in their classroom. It included creating a professional Facebook page, the background of the creators and its purpose, using the features of the system, how to invite students, and the feasibility as an educational tool. I also included rewards and a Cloud Party badge in the 3D Game Lab. This quest chain was offered to students in the class as well as others and is readily available under Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike license in the 3D Game Lab. The biggest challenge for me in this project was that I had no knowledge of Cloud Party. I had to essentially become my own subject matter expert because Cloud Party is in the beta stage. I was granted special Quest Builder status, and it was great to see the admin side of the 3D Game Lab. The best part of doing this project is I was able to create instructional design in a new platform, and I was also able to help out the university stay current on emerging technologies. A blog is a wonderful tool to use. I created a blog titled Virtual World Student for teaching and learning in virtual worlds and games and simulations. Using the 3D Game Lab requires you to have an internet platform for instructors to see your reflections and other assignments. This becomes a means to an end. However, I have gone far beyond using it for assignments. I blog about things that I find interesting in my journey through virtual worlds and game-based learning. For example, one of my blogs was titled, Can a Sister Get a Fro? As an augmentalist, I've found it very difficult to find hairstyles and even some clothing that I like for my character Web Raven. Since I created this blog, it also serves as a reservoir for information for my thoughts and ideas, topics that I want to learn more about, and I eventually plan to do research on and present at conferences or in publications. The most amazing accomplishment during my studies was my AEC conference paper presentation titled Ethnicity Representation in Edutainment Games. I saw a call for proposals on the EdTech news feed on the Moodle site. I took a chance and presented some research I had started working on. I'd never been to a conference before, let alone submitted research for anything other than a grade. Much to my surprise, it was accepted. I presented the paper for the International Council for Educational Media Gamification discussion panel. I was the only master's degree student there. Everyone else was doctoral students or finished their program. The paper was about the lack of options for people of different ethnicity backgrounds, the potential implications for instructors and instructional designers, and solutions for improvement. Needless to say, presenting at the conference was a great experience. In creating the paper and getting feedback from professionals in the field, I gained confidence as a researcher and faith that the issues in educational technology that were important to me were also important to others. I was able to stay authentic and true to my own interests while making a valuable contribution to the field in general. Besides continuing a professional relationship with many of the people I met there, I also continue to write research papers and am now a volunteer with the AECT in several different capacities. If one takes his or her work seriously at Boise State, they will find themselves constantly challenged to explore the unknown and grow not only as a professional, but a person. I am so thankful for my experiences at Boise State, as I've been able to build a firm foundation, meaningful relationships with others, and the confidence I need to become an amazing instructional designer and researcher. I hope you all have enjoyed my reflection video. and can appreciate a little more as I can the Boise State experience. Thank you.